fucking years would have thought I would have been on a tour discussing politics and talking shit about some of the most powerful people in the country. I grew up in a fucking trailer in Iowa, for fuck's sake, okay? I was asked, well, I was kicked out of high school. Got my GED in 3 fucking days, and then educated myself as the best of my knowledge. I didn't need any help with fucking swear words or anything. I kind of found that on my own. By the way, prick biscuit, one of my favorite all-time phrases. There's just something about it. You fucking prick biscuit! It's just pleasing. You know, it took a long time to get to this point where not only was I comfortable in my own skin, I was comfortable with my own background and where I came from, and understanding that some people are just fucking, they're different, you know? And if you push yourself, you can achieve anything in your fucking life. And I see a lot of the people that I grew up with, and they're okay with what they were at. But at the time, I caught a lot of shit for wanting this, you know? And if I had let that hold me back, I would not be here today. If I would have just taken their word. So basically what I'm saying to you, and tonight's topic is basically my background, because I've run out of chapters to read in my book. So I'm going to read to you from the My Waterloo chapter, which is heavy, but there are dick jokes in it, so everything's going to be fun. Basically what I'm saying to you, out of all that negativity, the one positive thing I realized is that do not let anyone else define you. Find yourself, find your strength, your confidence in yourself, and you can accomplish anything you put your fucking mind to. Do you understand what I'm saying to you out there? Very good. Well, I'm going to pick the book up and read a little bit. Would you like to hear from the book tonight? Be a reading from page 121. I've always wanted to come out in like one of those fucking corduroy jackets with the patches and shit. A little pipe. Yes, here we go. This is page 121, for those of you following along at home. It was not always shitty, you know. Evansdale, which is right outside of Waterloo, was where I ate a Now and Later candy for the first time. Anybody remember Now and Later candies? I'm still missing teeth from those fucking things. When I lived in Dewar, which is right outside of Evansdale, I learned through another group of kids that I was good at football. It's funny what you see and what you refuse to see in retrospect. I suppose I had some great times with that crazy cast of characters. There were even times when I didn't feel so different from them, or they didn't seem that different from me. In a way, they kept me alive. When I needed to escape, they came with me. When I needed to feel alive, they joined me. I even started one of my first bands with those guys, but I could never fully trust them. Maybe that's the real lesson I took away from Waterloo. Don't trust anyone. And I learned it so well that I still have a hard time letting it go. My wife, Stephanie, is one of the greatest people I have ever met, and I still have a hard time fully trusting her. But because she is amazing, she has infinite patience. She understands and helps me every day. I'm surviving again, really. It may be a cop-out, I know. But it is the biggest reason why I have this type of strength and resolve. I refuse to give up. I refuse to die, and I refuse to lose, ever. It's because I remember every word, every scar, and every dirty secret. I am a mass of melodrama disguised as a life. But at least I am not a fabrication from some conference table in a nondescript building. At least I was not put together by executives in some shitty pitch meeting who wanted an edgier artist with better cheekbones. You know, for the kids. I am everything that ever happened to me. I am real and skin and bone and alive and ready for every day I have. And for that, grudgingly, I guess I owe Waterloo a thank you. Thank you, Waterloo. Thank you for making me who I am. Thank you for ripping me to shreds and making me build myself back up in the end. Thank you for setting me on fire because I used that fire to fight for everything I have ever earned. Thank you for trying so hard to destroy my innocence, so much so that I held on with fingers and nails just to keep it safe. Thank you for showing me the most brutal realities I could stomach, and in turn, showing me I could survive. Thank you for every example of what parents are not supposed to do, so I never do them to my own children. Thank you for an education in ambivalence. Thank you for the gift of never giving up. When I think of Waterloo, I think of the tiny little victories I achieved as well. I pushed myself to self-educate and not just rely on the fast food school system. When shit got to be too much, I wrote for days, or I read any book I could get my hands on, or I pushed myself to get out and find somewhere quiet just to have some kind of sanctuary. I taught myself how to play guitar and drums. I wrote songs on the back of my homework assignments. When I tried to share them with others, they sneered and detracted from everything I wanted to be and accomplish. People will try to take anything they can away from you, especially when they think you have more than they do. Why is that almost always the case? So maybe you are all sinners, quote unquote. Maybe you deserve the filth that the religions of the world have smeared on your flesh. Maybe we are all just waiting to fry in Satan's crock pot for the spiritual buildup that comes with too many hours left to your own devices. But what if you earn your sins? What if sins are just accolades? If sins are inevitable, and if that is the case, why fucking bother worrying about them in the first place? All I know is what I have seen, and all I have seen is 98% of the world doing what they want. Think of it as the anthill being built out of the bodies the rogues never bothered to feed. Most don't care if they step on feelings, and the rest only care about their own feelings. Selfish hordes of useless boobs, desperately trying not to suck ass, scour the planet for a little piece of heaven before they shoot it all to hell. This is the world we leave behind. This is the world the saints died for. This is the world where I could not care less. Do I sound bitter? Yeah, I suppose I do. But you helped raise me, people, so suffer. And that's from the My Waterloo chapter right there.